Here we are again. This is Mike Lodge, and I am the business advisor, and I'm glad you are with me this morning. I tell you, it's Friday. I did not realize, maybe I'm getting older and time is going by faster. That's probably it. But we had Monday off, right? It was a holiday, and then all of a sudden, Zappo, it's Friday. So I am truly getting old. That is the problem. I think, don't they say that when you get old, time goes by faster? Yeah, it's zooming by. I tell you, every time I think about it, here we were just celebrating New Year's, and now we're into June. It seems like with a blink of an eye, we go much faster. Hey, I'm going to talk about a whole bunch of different things this morning. So this is going to be kind of like a junk box of nonsense, probably. I don't know, but I read something this morning, and it kind of upset me because I deal with so many parent issues when I'm mediating. And the biggest thing that when I'm doing a parenting agreement, or what we also call a parenting plan, we talk about the educational process, and we talk about a lot of different things and what they want their children to see and what they don't want the children to see. And that comes up in mediation. And one of the things that upset me this morning, because it involves children, and it involves a brand name. And this brand name is Pizza Hut. Now, I don't know if you know, but Pizza Hut has a program called the Pizza Hut Book It program. And it encourages it encourages children to read, and they give books for them to read so they can read them online and everything else. Well, this morning they published this. And this is, hello there. This is coming from their newsletter thing. Hello there. This June we are celebrating Pride Month and the diversity of LGBTQ plus community. These 3 books explore the uniqueness of every person, celebrating our individuality, and encourage kids to see that what makes us different makes us special. With pride, the Book It team. Now, when I'm speaking with parents, this is their decision on what they want to do in educating children. I had one case, in fact, it was this year, the beginning of this year, where the daughter was out there. She was exploring. And they both agreed that they would sit down with the daughter and explain things, go over things, talk to them on a personal basis. Now, they weren't calling me in to talk to her. No, that's not my responsibility. They weren't calling in the teachers to talk with them. No, it's not their responsibility. It's not the teacher's responsibility. When it comes to LGBT issues in conversations, in reading material, that should be up to the parents. Not a business. Not a business. And Pizza Hut, I think they've become this woke type company. And once you start to bring in social politics into the mix in business, it corrupts the business. Politics and social politics is not ethical at all times. In fact, it's ethical, 99.99% of the time it's not ethical. Only one little itty-bitty portion of it might be ethical. Ethics has to be a part of a company where they say, okay, that is, our business is to sell pizza. Our business is to get involved within our communities. Our business is to provide jobs. Our business is to provide a mobility process for people who are starting out in their working environment. It is not to teach and to explore the area of gays, gay rights, LGBT, transgender. That's not their responsibility. And so what they do is they create conflict with their consumers, with their shareholders, with individuals in the company that don't feel the same way as senior management may want to push their political agenda. You see, politics creates conflict. And that conflict costs businesses a lot of money every year trying to resolve issues. Every employee spends about 2.5 hours a week dealing with some type of conflict. If you're going to run a business, you want to run that business conflict-free as much as possible. And when you bring politics in or social awareness issues into a company, you will create conflict. That is, two ways about it. It's going to happen. Billions and billions of revenue is lost every single year due to conflict. Workplace conflict, especially. So I think that businesses have to be very conservative on what they believe financially, because once they start allowing politics to come into their business, they're going to lose money. You can look at Coca-Cola. You can see what happened to Twitter. You can see what happened to all these other companies in Disney that decided to become woke. Their image was tarnished. I remember there's that saying that's out there that says the only asset that you have is your reputation. And once you damage your reputation, you have nothing that's left. Now you have to start rebuilding again, and rebuilding costs money. It really does cost money. So that was the one topic that I wanted to talk about today. I mean, it's Pride Month. The LGBT community that can go out and they can do whatever they want to do, but leave the kids out of it. And businesses, leave the kids out of it. That's not your responsibility to teach about LGBT. Who wants Pizza Hut trying to teach your children through books on LGBT? That's not the company's responsibility. They have lost focus on what their agenda is, and that is to make pizza, to make good food, to create jobs, to create franchises for other companies. For other individuals to start a business. It is not their responsibility or their ethical right to teach children or to provide books on LGBT. We have to set some boundaries here. Listen, I'll support the LGBT community. That's fine. But it's not supposed to be in a teaching method to kids, little kids at school, little kids in the world out there. That's not Pizza Hut's responsibility. So they have become unethical in the way that they're running their business. That's how I feel. And I think that we have to look at this very carefully, because it affects the relationships with children. It affects the relationship with the moms and dads, and the relationships in buying the content or buying the consumer product of that company. I hate politics in business. I just hate it more than anything else, because I see so much damage. I think I've told you before that I had this one case last year that came before me in mediation, because in Berkeley, California, there was a business, and they had 3 employees. 2 employees left, 1 employee right. And the 2 did not want to work again with the other employee because of his political views. They created conflict. The 2 wanted the other individual fired. We are seeing this more and more, because when you allow politics, even if it's right or left, to come into your company, you're going to cause damage. You're going to cause conflict. No conflict should be in your business that has to do with politics or how other people believe. That should never be on the table at all. But it is there. And it's becoming more and more. I did a poll several weeks or months ago. Yeah, it's been months now. Asking if people had ever experienced workplace conflict that involved politics. And 65% of them said yes, they had. So we have got to be very careful of how we run our businesses, because we have to remain, and remember I talked about this earlier this week, that we have to remain focused on our business. Our core business is what drives revenue, what drives jobs, what drives consumer confidence. But once you become woke, once you become politicized, once you become corrupted by politics, it destroys your whole reputation. So your brand has become weaker. Your name out there in the public is saying, you know what? I don't think I'll buy from them anymore. It happens every day. And we see it happening every day where people say, I don't believe in that company and I don't believe in that individual, so I'm going to boycott them. I'm not going to do business with them anymore. Boycotts very seldom work, by the way. Very seldom work. It's a bunch of noise, but what it does do, it does damage to the reputation of whoever touches that political subject. And it happens every single day, and you've seen it happen now with Pizza Hut. You saw it happen with Coca-Cola. You saw it happen with Disneyland. You saw it happen with Delta. You saw it happen with a whole bunch of different things. Whole bunch of different companies. The more woke that you allow into your company, the more damage it will be to your reputation. And I'm not saying this because I believe in a certain way politically. I'm just saying, and I believe this with all my heart, that once you allow any politics, it could be from the Republicans, it could be from the conservatives, it could be from the liberals, it could be from the Democrats, it could be from the Communist Party. Once you allow that into your company, you are going to do damage to your reputation. And you're going to insult your consumer. And then people say, well, I remember several years ago, Starbucks said, we don't need to have any more conservatives buy coffee from us. That's a dumb thing to say. But it happens because they allow this politics inside the company, and it becomes more damaging to the individuals inside the company, to the consumer, and also to the stockholders, investors in that company. So we've got to walk away from this. Walk away. Should be a song, Walk Away. Is there a song, Walk Away? I don't know. Listen, it's Friday. We're beginning the weekend. I hope everybody goes out and has a great weekend. It's a beautiful day out here in South Carolina, but let's just continue it. Let's forget about politics. Let's forget about everything that has to do with politics, because in the next few weeks and until November, we're going to have to deal with this nonsense of politics. And it is a corruptive entity. I tell you, it's a very corrupt. Okay, everybody, if you would like to have more access to me, and if you want to have some business sessions, business coaching sessions, or if you need something mediated, contact me. You can go to my website, which is www.lodge-co.com. And if you would like to participate by helping me out, go to www.buymeacoffee.com/Michael Lodge. Okay, everybody, let's go out and have a great weekend. I'll talk with you soon. Bye-bye.